Hey everybody, Commander Manders here. Now everybody knows that I used to do YouTube feeds. I felt a little bit more comfortable doing them because, well, if you mess up, then you can start over. Anyhow, a lot of people know that I belong to a lot of different organizations. Um, I wanted to do something because, this being Memorial Day weekend, we're honoring fallen heroes that were in the military. Some of those people were also police officers. Well, last week on May 18th, there was an article posted on ionpolicy.org. It's four police programs changing how we address addiction by Jessica Nickel. It says, in honor of National Police Week 2017, we want to recognize the agencies and law enforcement leaders that are redefining how police respond to individuals with substance use disorders. In surveying innovations nationwide, we found that some of the most cutting edge initiatives to better respond to individuals with substance use disorders are spearheaded by the law enforcement community. Here are four programs that we think you should know about. Number one, A Way Out, Lake County, Illinois. A Way Out in Lake County, Illinois is a way to fast track individuals with substance use disorders to treatment programs and services. How? They encourage the individuals needing treatment to follow these three simple steps. 1. Locate a participating police department. Walk in through the main doors of the department nearest you. Tell the clerk at the reception window that you want to participate in A Way Out. The program is available 24 hours a day at the 7 participating police departments across Lake County and ensures no criminal charges will be sought as long as assistance is sought out by the prospective program participant. They've even launched a smartphone app to help guide you to the nearest participating police station. Addiction is a disease. A Way Out treats it like one. We want to help people struggling with substance abuse, not arrest them. Chief Eric Genther of Mundelein Police Department. A Way Out affirms the role law enforcement plays in helping connect individuals in crisis with treatment. As Chief Eric Genther of Mundelein Police Department explains, addiction is a disease. A Way Out treats it like one. We want to help people struggling with substance abuse, not arrest them. As of April 26, 2017, 119 participants have accessed treatment through A Way Out program, and many are engaged in treatment settings or recovery programs today. Approximately 70% of those participants have exceeded the goal for residential retention as defined by the Illinois State Division of Alcohol and Substance Abuse, a higher rate than the statewide average. DSA FY 2016 data. STEER program, Montgomery County, Maryland. The STEER, Stop, Triage, Engage, Educate, and Rehabilitate program in Montgomery County, Maryland provides rapid identification and access to treatment for individuals with substance use disorders that law enforcement encounter. STEER's goal is to direct people in need of substance abuse treatment away from jail to an intervention program. Police officers use the screening tool to decide whether a person is a candidate for this deflection. Charges can be held in advance while the person is seeking services, and if no criminal charges are present, the individual can still be referred to STEER in a prevention contact. The citizen is offered a transfer treatment and help without entering into the criminal justice system. Chief Tom Manager with the Montgomery County Police Department has been an important element in the program's success, along with the key program partners that include the state's attorney, public defender, corrections, human services, and local treatment providers. As of November 2016, Sierra deflected 133 individuals and has now become part of police options on how to respond to people with substance use disorders. Of the 157 people referred to STARE as of February 5th, 2017, 66, 42% were assessed, and 37 of those assessed, 56%, agreed to participate in this individual treatment. Number 3, Arlington Opiate Outreach Initiative, Arlington, Massachusetts. The Arlington, Massachusetts Police Department began trafficking opioid related overdoses and deaths in 2013 and quickly recognized it a growing problem. Working in conjunction with the community, the Arlington Police Department implemented the Arlington Opiate Outreach Initiative, AOOI, to prevent multiple overdoses and break the cycle of addiction. The program uses 7 steps to tackle the life cycle of substance use disorders from the early stages, recovery, to relapse prevention, including 1. Target most at risk, 2. Widen access to naloxone, 3. Create a partnering relationship with those most at risk, 4. To educate the public, 5. Treatment access, 6. Prevent relapses, 7. Remove the surplus of the opiate medications. Rebecca Wolf, a jail diversion clinician for AOI, explains, "This is our attempt to provide a comprehensive police-based response to the opioid epidemic." Since 2013, AOOI has held over 15 community meetings and events in the city of Arlington, training over 50 people in the community on how to use naloxone. Through this program, over 90 people have been sent to the hospital for treatment, and an AOOI clinician has connected with over 56 overdose victims and their families. AOOI has collected and disposed of over 96,000 unused prescription drugs from the community. Okay, did you just hear me? Real quick, before I continue on. Alright, 96,000 unused prescription pills that were on our street that our children had access to. But you're right, guys. Remember, this isn't a problem. This comprehensive plan is making headway in stemming the tide of opioid overdoses in our town and demonstrates how programs can expand training to reduce overdoses and provide follow-up support after an overdose reversal to use that incidence as an access to care opportunity. 4. LEAD. This is Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion. LEAD is a police-led diversion program designated to connect or designed to connect people with substance use disorders and or mental health needs with social services rather than funnel them into the criminal justice system. LEAD allows criminal law enforcement officers to redirect people suspected of committing specific low-level crimes, including drug-related offenses, to community-based services rather than jail. The primary goal of the LEAD program is to improve public safety by addressing the underlying factors that drive criminal justice contact. Once enrolled in LEAD, the participant works closely with a case manager to identify his or her needs and get connected to the appropriate service providers. The program is not exclusively focused on providing addiction treatment or mental health treatment. For some participants, housing and reliable access to food may be the most pressing needs. In a report from 2015, which focused on recidivism, the researchers found that the lead participants were 58% less likely to be arrested when compared to a control group not involved in the program, and 34% less likely to be arrested for a new offense. Researchers also found that lead participants were 39% less likely to be charged with a felony after enrolling in the program. These results demonstrate that connecting people to community-based services rather than booking them into jail is not only better for the individual, but also improves public order and safety. Many thanks. We want to express our sincere gratitude to the thousands of law enforcement officers from across the country that dedicate their lives each and every day to caring for our communities. And there are hundreds of departments testing and launching truly innovative programs that refrain from how we respond to those with substance use disorders, that treat our addiction as a disease, and help lift up the families impacted by the disease. This is why I faced my addiction and I launched our program to end the stigma. Now, we're working closely with Operation Clean Up and also a very wide array of team members. Now, very honored to be a part of facing addiction, of course. I love the fact that I have access to complete tasks that put me in contact with different people. You know, it gives me a much brighter outreach and it puts me into the appropriate contact. Um, Now, I can't say that I have not always been a hellraiser because I have been. Now more so than ever. There's too many people that are being taken away on a daily basis. And now that we're dealing with it, that they're finding street weed being laced with the fentanyl too, it's getting a little bit ridiculous. So I'm going to put in a call for action. So, in light of how y'all face addiction, here's how I face addiction. I put my story out there quite some time ago. I was not ashamed. I was not embarrassed. Those of you that don't know, my mother recently passed away. Um, it's been about a week now. Actually, about 2 weeks now. We had the memorial service for her last week. God rest her soul. She would have been 52 years old, June 27th. She's amazing. And she's an angel, watching over us all. Now, End the Stigma is pretty much all about me. But mostly is in memory of my mom. For a long time that I felt like I couldn't exactly express my whole story for fear of what little time my mother had left on this earth, that she'd feel more pain and guilt, and my mother didn't deserve that. So therefore, I had to wait and just hold back a little bit of things. Now my mom flies through with the angels, and I'm able to completely continue my outreach. One of the last things that my mother and I was discussing was all of the different ambitions and, all of the different things that I was doing within our community. Now, granted, I'm different, I'm unique, okay? I look at it like this: each individual has a different fingerprint, okay? We each have different minds, we each think differently. We have a lot of things in common, okay? We don't know how to express ourselves, we feel like we're alone, okay? Why not rally up on our thoughts and how to deal with our thoughts? Like, I don't ask anybody anything about their, programs and stuff like that. I learn about them, don't get me wrong, because I'm all about educating myself. Because, quite frankly, I can't go in to meet with a senator, or I can't go into some type of area and not be aware to all of the different things that we implement within the community. Right? You don't understand. I do represent, I do lobby much more. This is probably surprising because this is the first time that I've actually made sense to even myself. The foundation behind what I began was pretty much, I was scared to go downtown and I was pouting because my daughter wouldn't come with me. I was supposed to go meet dad down there, and I was also supposed to go meet Dale Jarrett. Um, I let my anxiety become the best of me, and I completely missed a historic event by standing there in the crowd with all of the, you know, people that were uniting to say that we were fed up. So then, therefore, I decided to free myself from the stigma and share my story. And here we are today. You know, I am a very dedicated person, and I'm a very dedicated advocate. But I'm not just an advocate. I'm not just a voice within the Facebook community. Right? I am an ambassador. You might not like what I have to say or exactly what I believe in, but let me tell you what, a lot of people respect what I do, especially whenever I go in and I get told, oh, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to reschedule this after me traveling an hour and a half to set up a meeting that I had scheduled for about a month and a half in advance, looking forward to. And instead of me being like, well, okay, let me, you know, redo this, no, I had a whole lobby full of people. And what did I do? I told them my story. And I told her, I said, ma'am, I respectfully would like to just leave you my information because there is no tomorrow for half of the people that I'm looking to get help for right now. All right. So, regardless of what you believe, all right, all I'm asking for is for you to realize that we need to all share our stories. We need to let go. We need to end the stigma. We need to face addiction head on, right? We've got a rally fed up coming up here in DC, August the 31st. All right. I welcome you all to come. I'll be continuously posting events. I will be continuously. You guys like want to ask random questions and stuff like that, you can do. Look, there's so much different stuff that you can do. Rather than bitch at me because I farted on a live feed, okay? Or bitch at me because you don't like me calling out somebody who's being fraudulent within a community. Guess what? Okay? Maybe did you think for a second that it might not concern you? And that's great. It doesn't concern you. However, like I said, there are some of us that aren't only advocates, but have taken on a role of being ambassadors and have certain tasks that we're, you know, doing in order to help face addiction and in order to prove that we can self sustain ourselves in order to implement these funds and everything that we're trying to get. So think a little bit outside the box instead of being narrow minded. Instead of the next time you want to start, like, so what's your problem? What's your program? I'll tell you what my program is. I've said it before. It's the SA program. All about saving asses, okay, including my own. And guess what? For me, this is a hell of a thing that I love doing. It is a passion, right? Because you don't know what I walk through, right? If you would see all of the scars on my body that were self inflicted because of how much self hatred that went along with my addiction, I literally was completely broken, battered, and abused all of my life. I was reminded that I was that accident it should have never been by none of them, my family. I've told them I've had to grow up and I've had to move on. Everybody thought that, this was all different, this was all unique. Okay? Let me tell you what, my story is awesome. And my story is awesome because of this. Because it's my story. It's my recovery road, not your recovery road. Why don't we sit down and drink some coffee together and talk about how we found that recovery road together? Because let me tell you, me and Carpy, we talk about how we found that road to recovery together. Me and Michael DeLeon, we talk about how we found that road to recovery together. That road to recovery led me to an amazing person, an amazing mentor who doesn't really understand exactly how much gratitude and humbleness that I have towards him. And he will. He will. And I don't even have to mention him by name. That door opened me to things beyond amazement, right? It led me to the courage to become, I would say, the first addict page to be completely live at the full inaugural events for the 2017 campaign for change. Yeah, we did that. Commander Manders did that. I've met with Maryland's senator. I've written articles and Stop Frying Your Brain. I write comic books. I have children who I sit down and I make trolls. And I'm talking about army trolls that we color. And we talk about them being our recovery army warriors because we need to fight this battle against these drugs. So, next time you ask me, who am I to do a Facebook Live? Think about taking that energy and redirecting it towards something that you can do. Instead of saying, who am I? Why not reach out to me and ask me, what can I do? Because obviously, there's plenty of ideas, and there's plenty of little things you can do. Even as simple as making a phone call. If you just need to point it in the right direction, feel free to reach out. But don't reach out and criticize me and ridicule me. Because I'm telling you what, I'm not that bitch. I'm politically incorrect. Everyone will tell you. I'm a loose cannon. Alright? It's not a part of my campaign. It's not a part of my play. It's simply who I am. I just don't care. I have not had time to care throughout my entire life. The only three things that are old enough to understand exactly my cause and my ploy that I care about already know that I am how I am. No filter, no edit. And guess what? I'm mom. They love me unconditionally. And my youngest will grow up with the same damn mentality. And nobody's gonna break that. So, how do I face addiction? I live for my recovery. If you can't put your story into words, I got you. Let us know. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed this week's little insight and my tribute to Video Saturday.